like it's a job, and as a nurse I can look at those things and it doesn't bother me, and I kind of just put myself in that headspace that I'm looking at a patient, it's not my babies that I'm looking at, so that makes it a little bit easier.
Looked at them briefly and then shut my phone off for the night, and then the next morning I was like, okay, I can do this. But it's close to my heart too. It's hard. So why don't you talk about the nurse's notes and then go into the night of the crime?
So with Darlie's nurse's notes, there was very specific annotations about her disposition, how she acted. A lot of the nurses used the word tearful. There was some verbiage that was weeping. They said very upset. One of them said hysterical.
Which one of the nurses is insane? Because you said that one of the nurses wasn't sane. And if anybody wants to look about what a focus note is, a focus note is not based on your opinion. Your opinion should not be in a focus note. A focus note only tells the procedures you're going through, your treatment, and what you observe right now. But it's not for an opinion. The court of law is for your opinion, actually. Based on what you saw, they can ask for your opinion. The focus notes and courtroom testimony are two separate things. The focus notes did line up with the medical evidence. But let's let her talk.
Their documentation of any and all of the medical professionals was basically appropriate for a mom that is grieving. But when they got up on the stand, it had been
basically appropriate for a mom that is grieving. Now, the two doctors that had more medical education, Dilwan and Santos, both said that they have never seen a mother who had just lost her children acting like Darlie did. Both the doctors said she had a flat effect. That's in the medical record and in the testimony. How about that?
And, 7 months later, this happened in June. They treated her in June. They testified in January. And by that point, the media had barfed all their toxic bullshit all over them. The police had multiple...
So do you have any proof? Did any nurse tell you that they watched this on the media and they barfed it all onto you? You got any proof of that? No. See, because I've spoken personally to a couple of those nurses. I'll tell you now, I spoke with Jody Fitz. And Fitz was concerned because he was pushing Darlie on the gurney. Pushing her past where Damon already was. He knew that they were going across, that there was no way he could push without Darlie seeing Damon there in the room where he's at. So he was watching to be sure Darlie was okay when they went by there, and he said that Darlie just glanced over, saw Damon, and just looked right back. But that's not in his focus notes.
Meetings, anywhere from 3 to 6 meetings with each one of these medical professionals.
Okay, so how many times did Darlie meet with her many different lawyers? You want to keep on talking about how they had these meetings and stuff? And people want to talk about how she didn't have a fair trial? The judge did allow the defense to take a lie detector test on Darlie without the knowledge of the prosecution. So let's not talk about fair trials. That was unfair.
And basically reassured them, you're doing the right thing. She's guilty. We know she did this.
Now listen to what you keep basically saying. You're saying that first you said the media barfed all over him. Then you're saying that they were assuring her. Do you have any evidence of this, that what they were telling them? Did any one of them talk to you and tell them that this is what they were saying? You think these nurses are going to risk their job? Where's the proof that they did this? Where's it at?
Of this case, and so with that information, it leaves them to be very suggestible to what they're going to remember and what they're going to recall. And when they got up on that stand, they recalled things very differently than how they documented them in their nursing note.
In their nursing notes, they were not giving their opinion. On the stand, they are giving their opinion. They said that she was tearful and acting upset. Both times. But they didn't believe her. You can't write in your focus notes, yeah, she's tearful, but I think she's a lying bitch and she killed her kids. You can't do that. They're not for opinions. That's why their opinions aren't there, nurse. Danelle, you're an RN. You should know this. You try to feed this bullshit to the public.
And that's a huge deal because medical, the legal standard for medical records is the medical record itself. And basically, Darlie's entire trial with those medical professionals was based on their opinions. And they were even speaking to some things that they weren't experts.
Well, look. Your whole TikTok channel is based on your opinion, and you're not an expert in any type of forensics, any type of crime, any type of law, any type of LE. This is all based on your opinion.
These nurses spoke about the bruises.
Yeah, or didn't witness back, sorry, because it has so much info, yeah.
Yes, that's really the best source.
Oh, it make me sick. Makes me want to shit myself.